Hello everyone. So before I start this video, I just want to say thank you for the support the last video got. I didn't think it'd get as much views as it has right now. And also, thanks for 100 plus subs right now. I also didn't think I'd get like this much subs from just one video. So again, thank you for the support from the last video. It really boosted my motivations to make more videos lately. So anyways, since the last video is about bad level sequels, in today's video we're actually gonna be talking about good level sequels. When the level meets the expectations of the previous levels, or in some cases, even considered better than the previous levels. Now, making a sequel level is not an easy task to execute, so it's genuinely impressive when one can pull it off amazingly. I have 4 levels that I will talk about, and once again, these are all my opinions, so if you don't agree with some of the picks I chose, more power to you. Let me know in the comments on what level you think should have been in this video. So anyways, without further ado, let's start this video starting with... Who knew that a sequel to Phobos released 7 years later would be as good as it is? In fact, I'd argue that being a sequel to Phobos is actually an advantage to Deimos. For starters, everyone kinda agrees that Phobos in itself is not that good of a level, even though it has its legendary status. It's messy, it's all over the place, and the decoration is just kinda there. So already, all they need to do is just make the level look good. Second, because of Phobos, the creator of the song Soul Creek actually made a sequel song for Phobos, so again there's another reason for a sequel to be made. And for the third, Phobos doesn't necessarily have a theme, so really they can get away with anything they want and then sprinkle in a little bit of Phobos memorabilia and just make a pretty average level. But what they actually did here is pretty clever in my opinion. They made it so it's 1.9 themed, since Phobos is a classic 1.9 extreme demon, so it kinda feels like a callback to that era. Not only that, the level itself has callbacks to Phobos, but it's not like they just slapped a part in just for the sake of nostalgia. They repurposed it so it's their own original part while still having elements from Phobos. The best example of this is the recreation of Tiger Sex parts, which is just beautifully executed. The only problem I have with Deimos is that it doesn't have the funny 2.0 part in Phobos. Like, come on, that's the best part of Phobos. So yeah, in conclusion, Deimos is a really good level and a really good sequel. I know this level hasn't been released yet, but oh, the Yandere is just so good. Before I talk about the Yandere, let me talk about its prequel, the Yandere. The Yandere to me is weird. Like it definitely has a theme. I mean it's in the title, but like it doesn't really interpret it all that much. In fact, the Yandere part of the Yandere is just one arm, one transition, and an end screen. And why is the Wendigo there? That's not from anime land. And the decoration is just kinda like they decorated it like any other normal level and didn't really look like they put that much thought into it. Now the Yandere, however, does the exact opposite of what I just said. It amps up its theme by like 100 times, and it's decorated like it actually has a theme. All over the level is just art of psychopathic anime girls, which what the Yandere should have done in the first place. And I know like ooh anime ooh, but like for this context it makes sense because the Yandere format is popularized because of anime, or at least like manga. The only art that I don't like is the art on the end screen, just because I think the soft shading approach looks kind of ugly and the overall drawing just looks kind of flat in my opinion. But besides that, the art throughout the level just looks amazing. And the decoration most definitely improved from the Yandere, and it's just mwah, chef's kiss. They put stuff like hearts and knives throughout the level just to tell you that this level is about a crazy girl. Overall, in my opinion, genuinely a masterpiece of a level. Most definitely an improvement from its predecessor. Okay, this one's gonna be a bit short because in all honesty, the reason why Ultrasonic works as a sequel is just because it's a better level than Supersonic. Like yeah, obviously it has its theme of like speed and stuff, but still. Now I'm not saying Supersonic is a bad or terrible level, in fact far from it, but in my opinion it does show its age a bit. Like if you ask me to visualize a typical 1.9 Mega Collab level, I would probably picture Supersonic. Ultrasonic, however, I'd argue still holds up. The sleek and cool design fits in very well with the Sonic series theme of speed. And while Ultrasonic doesn't have Alredo's unique part in Supersonic, I'd say Jador makes up for it with his own very unique part. And that's all I have to say really, because one of the safest way to make a good sequel is to just make a good level. And Ultrasonic is one of the perfect examples of that. Now, when you first look at Killbot and Requiem side by side, you might say to yourself, these two levels doesn't look that much alike, so why is this level here? But here's how I personally interpret Requiem and how it kinda connects to Killbot's story. Let's talk about Killbot first. So in Killbot, at first glance it looks like it is a computer virus, but I personally see it more so as a virus that messes up with your mind, and the whole computer imagery is more so just a sort of like metaphor for the human mind. And with that in context, I see it as us witnessing the process of the virus trying to mess with our mind and just corrupting our minds to this messed up state. Now how does this tie in with Requiem, you may ask? You see, I see Requiem as the effects of this virus and what it does to the human mind. That's why the level has a more rainbow-ish color instead of just purely green and red. Because essentially the human mind is very variable, and it makes us do a lot of things and also makes us think a wide range of things. You go through the corrupted mind caused by the virus and see that the effects are very severe. Like for example, one of the effects is hallucination, as shown in the two invisible eyes part. And the reappearing icon could be what the mind sees as the hallucination, presumably a figure named David. Now for the decoration itself, let's talk about Killbot's decoration first. I love how Killbot is decorated down to the effects that it has. But I will admit, sometimes it just looks kinda funny. Requiem's decoration genuinely filled me with dread, in a good way. It is so perfectly executed from the effects to the background. And the art is just so well drawn, especially the middle finger in the middle of the level. So yeah, Requiem is a masterful sequel to Killbot and a hauntingly beautiful level. So yeah, that's all I have for you today. Let me know what are your thoughts on my picks. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Maybe you have a suggestion on what you think is a good sequel. Let me know in the comments and maybe I'll put it in the sequel for this video. That's all I have for you today and I'll see you later. Bye bye.